Choip, choip, choip. Choip, choip, choip.
Really? A grand for curry? Is it a special curry? Like those fancy meals where they put gold on stuff? Did they infuse it with the ruby currency? Or maybe it's just made of Tim curry? Welcome, character of bulbous appendage. That, while in freefall, kind of looks like an optical illusion. Like an alien with floppy ears and massive chin dimple. Why don't you jump down as well and defeat the evil within? Plummet until you find the big bad thing at the bottom of the well. Ah, the spirit of the arcade. Except instead of a score you get jewels, and that which you have not spent goes towards unlocking stuff. A couple of styles of falling. Unfortunately, I don't believe any of them are based on a slapstick comedian. And a bunch of color palettes. Visually, it has a very striking TV game design, with the base color theme being black, white, and red. So extreme, so bold, kinda scary. Later on you'll see some blue to represent water, but other than that, it's the answer to the question what's black and white and red all over. Or at least it has a lot of stuff that's red, enemies, fire, rubies. It's nice and caustic. But if you don't like it, you can change it to one of the other color palettes you've unlocked. But fair warning, I haven't played much with the other color palettes, but I'm assuming some of them can change the atmosphere of the game quite drastically. But for some of you, that will be the goal, even if the music is still sinister. Ow, my eyes. But while this does give you nice visual choice, I understand if some of you will feel jilted. This is what I worked so hard on unlocking? A change of color. Some with very little difference between the themes, but hey, they still keep it simple with the free tones, keeps it arcadey. Unfortunately, you won't get the thrill of more elaborate theme changes, no delightful Pac-Man and the ghosts become 3D moment. To contribute to that spooky and caustic yet not grating feel, the game has some ghostly, moody, arcadey bit tracks. Exactly what you should be listening to when you jump on a bat. Also, it tends to have a tempo that encourages plummeting at speed. Or at the very least, sometimes it plays its part in the game's attempt to control your heart rate and make you focus so hard that you forget that you've stopped breathing. So the music adds tension to the closer calls. By the way, I have no idea what the developer has against laptops. Gameplay-wise, the game is exceptional. You plummet, avoiding and killing enemies on the way. To earn crystals to buy upgrades, and to, as mentioned, unlock something similar to Sepia. Hop on ahead to kill a Mario style. Or use your gunboots to kill them, especially the reds. They tend to be the platformer's enemy. They damage you, have spikes and stuff. Or take it up a notch and perform some combos. Don't land and take a break. That will end your combo unless you land in a temporal anomaly. That rather pleasingly shatters when you enter it. Shoot away rocks to keep the combo going, and land on enemies and certain debris to reload your boots, without putting an end to the combo party. The longer your combo, the better your reward. Well, sort of. First reward tier is 100 crystals. Great. Second tier, your max energy capacity increases for the run. Thus, extra ammo for the run. That's even better. Last tier, you get a heart, which is great if you need it. Otherwise, land when you reach tier 2 and start a new combo, because continuing wouldn't be beneficial. Unless you really want to hold on to that heart just in case, or really want the bragging rights and want to attempt the entire well in one combo. So the game incentivizes a nearly perpetual drop. Sometimes you even use your gunboots not to shoot something, but to just give you some extra air during difficult maneuvers. It's fun. Jumping on a jelly is fun. Getting a long combo is mesmerizing, and sooner or later it becomes second nature. Unless you try and avoid the combos. But I'd advise against that. Combos are fun, and one of the areas gives very few spots to land. Also good is the simple yet effective enemy design. Very easy to notice and counter during speedy freefall. Hop on white, continue flight. Hop on red and you'll need Fred to sew up your wounds. Lastly, let's talk about the upgrades and different weaponry. Different weapons have different spreads, strengths, and rate of fire, as well as different ammo capacities and boost. So you'll discover which are your favorites, especially since it is worthwhile to take a weapon even though you prefer the one you already have, because they can give extra health and ammo capacity on pickup. And after each level you can pick an upgrade that gives a specific benefit to you. Sure, there aren't that many of them, but in all fairness, this game isn't that long. And that length is mainly due to you dying a lot. You'll go deeper and deeper, and eventually you'll reach the boss and fight it at the bottom. Tricky, short, satisfying fun. Then you unlock hard mode, and as the name suggests, it gets harder. Mainly because in this mode, death doesn't relegate itself to being below you. It comes from above now as well. Meaning you can't laze about as much as you used to. In this mode, only the temporal anomalies are safe. I didn't finish hard mode, it was a bit too grueling. Especially since I already saw the splendors of the well. So lengthwise it took me about 5 hours to complete a normal difficulty run. Just barely. I died just as the boss was dying. Yet I still unlocked hard mode. So I think we can all agree this is a very nice and kind game. And I appreciate it. I played 8 hours in total before I gave up. 3 hours of hard mode. And the game is cheap on Steam. 35 Rand full price, 11 Rand 55 on sale. That's 1 Rand 45 per hour of gameplay, which is splendid. Plus, it has a ridiculously small download size, as it only takes up 33 megabytes on the hard drive. And it works on the Warhorse. Perhaps obviously, it's quite TV gamey as said. And it's stereotypically kid-friendly as well. And if you really want to, you can get rid of the blood red aesthetic once you've unlocked a few color palettes. But in doing so, it loses something, I think. It's fast, fun, simple arcade brilliance. It's visually distinct and beautiful. It takes away the color to make those pixels really pop and get the most out of them. Really striking, maybe a bit caustic, which I like but not everyone will. But in that case, as mentioned, you can just change the color palette once you've unlocked a few. Although some of you just won't be able to get into the visuals. It's not just pixel art, it's downright TV gamey. Whoa! The game has good spooky bit music, with a pace that accentuates tension during combos. It has a system that encourages and incentivizes combos and mastery, to a certain extent. Unfortunately, there aren't more than 3 reward tiers. Also, it has good, efficient enemy design. On the maybe side, the game kind of embodies the spirit of the arcade. There's no story and not much of anything to distract you. The gameplay is the meat. Plus, it's short. It's a great, lovely, frustrating thing to play. Almost for the sake of playing it. For the sake of beating it. For some people, that will definitely be a con. There isn't really something to spur you on, to tide you over on the path towards completion. Especially during the much harder hard mode. But I put it here as a maybe because some games should be like this. Although if you want to be harsh, maybe I'm just getting caught up in indie hype again. Also, some of you may want to include this as a con. The lackluster Unlockables. But I prefer to look at the game as something simple with an odd addition, instead of something bigger that's missing something. And also, this kind of falls under the umbrella of no incentives or distractions. Come on, Pallette. I know there has to be a secret here somewhere. I don't care that you can't move beyond the edge of the screen. I know there has to be something here. Some secret. Never mind. You win. I guess there's nothing here. Whee!
Choip, choip, choip. Choip, choip, choip.